Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video. And sorry for my fast voice. I am trying to present like the subject of today's video. Today's video will be what if Blurr was in the Bayverse. Including Blurr wouldn't have really been too big of a deal. All you would have had to do is replace Sideswipe with Blurr. I would definitely picture the return of John Moshidi Jr. In terms of skins and Mufflot, they would have to be replaced with Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. Blurr wouldn't have really changed a lot, but I doubt he would have killed Sideways. Instead, I think Sideways would have actually lived and they would have had a fight, but Blurr, of course, would have won by shooting Sideways, killing him. And because of how fast Blurr is, I think he would have made sure the final battle would go on a faster level. Like, the final battle probably would have ended a lot faster because of how fast Blurr is. He very well would have saved RC, Leon, and Chromia from being killed, definitely. Then you move on to Transformers Dark of the Moon, where not a lot would change, but because of how fast Blurr is, the Mexican standoff between him, Ironhide, and Cranecase and Crowbar would have ended a lot faster. Then, when Sentinel betrays the Autobots, he would tell Ironhide to look out, and Ironhide would, and he and Sentinel would fight, but that fight would end with Sentinel killing Ironhide, and of course, Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. And then, of course, Blurr would try to stop Sentinel, but because of how fast he is, Sentinel misses. And then the rest of the movie wouldn't really change a lot, but a lot of Decepticon soldiers or Viacons would still die, but they would have been killed faster. But Leon and Chromia would definitely appear. However, Chromia would die during the final battle. Unfortunately. Then you move on to Age of Extinction, where I picture two scenarios. Scenario 1, Blurr dies. Apparently during the Cemetery Wind footage, there would be a scene of Blurr getting hunted down, killed by Cemetery Wind and Lockdown. And his remains would be melted into the blue KSI drones. However, the last night would not change. But then there's scenario 2 where Blurr is not dead. Age of Extinction wouldn't have really changed except Leon and RC would appear, as they would have also been in scenario 1. Scenario 2, back to where we were. By the time of the last night, Blurr would have been in Cuba, replacing Topspin, indicating a desire to wish to return to the Autobots. Yeah, he replaces Topspin in that scene because Topspin and Roadbuster's fates would be confirmed to have been hunted down and killed by Cemetery Wind and Lockdown. And by the time of Rise of Unicron, we may have seen him reunite with the Autobots, being Hot Rod, Springer, Cup, and Ultra Magnus. Had the film been made. So that's what if Blurr was in the Bayverse. Now, should Blurr have appeared? Yes. That is a reason why I include him in my Bayverse rewrites, because Sideswipe just kind of felt more like Blurr than Sideswipe himself. I just don't get why Michael Bay chose the wrong names for a certain character. He just isn't really into Transformers. But anyways, we'll see you all later, because I will end this video fast.